Good morning, time for breakfast. We're on Acts 17. And having passed through Amphipolis and Apollonia, they came to Thessalonica, where there was a congregation of the Yahudim. And according to his practice, Shaul went in unto them, and for 3 Sabbaths was reasoning with them from the Scriptures, explaining and pointing out that the Messiah had to suffer and rise again from the dead, and saying, This is the Messiah, Yeshua, who I proclaim to you. And some of them did believe, and a large number of the worshipping Greeks, and not a few of the leading women joined Shaul and Silas. But the Yahudim did not believe, having become envious, took some of the wicked men from the marketplace, and gathering a mob, set all the city in an uproar, and came upon the house of Jason, and were seeking to bring him out to the people. But not finding them, they dragged Jason and some of the brothers to the city rulers, crying out, They who have turned the world upside down, done have come here too. They who have turned the world upside down have come here too. Oh my gosh. Whom Jason has received. And all of them were acting contrary to the dogmas of Caesar, saying, There is another sovereign, Yeshua. And they troubled the crowd and the city rulers when they heard this. And when they had received a pledge for Jason and the rest, they let them go. And the brothers immediately sent Shaul and Silas away by night to Beroa, who, having come, went into the congregation of the Yahudim. Now these were more noble than those in Thessalonica, who received the word with great eagerness, and searched the Scriptures daily, if these words were so. Then many of them truly believed, and also not a few of the Greeks, decent women as well as men. And when the Yahudim from Thessalonica came to know that the word of Elohim was proclaimed by Shaul at Beroa, they came there also, and stirred up the crowds. And then immediately the brothers sent Shaul away to go to the sea, but both Silas and Timotheus stayed there. And those who arranged for Shaul brought him to Athens, and receiving a command for Silas and Timotheus to join him as soon as possible, they departed. But while Shaul was waiting for them at Athens, his spirit was stirred up within him when he saw that the city was utterly idolatrous. Therefore, indeed, he was reasoning in the congregation with the Yahudim and the worshippers, and in the marketplace daily with those who met there. And some of the Epicurean and Stoic philosophers encountered him, and some were saying, What does this babbler wish to say? Others said, He seems to be a proclaimer of strange mighty ones. Because to them he brought the good news, Yeshua and the resurrection. So they laid hold of him and brought him to the Areopagus, saying, Are we able to know what this fresh teaching is of which you speak? For you are bringing some strange matters to our ears. We wish then to know what these mean. For all the Athenians and the strangers living there spent their leisure time in doing naught, but to speak or to hear what is fresh. And having stood in the midst of the Areopagus, Shaul said, Men of Athens, I see that you are very religious in every matter. For passing through observing the objects of your worship, I even found a slaughter place with this inscription, To the unknown mighty one. Not knowing then whom you worship, I make him known to you. Jehovah, who made the world and all that is in it, this one being master of heaven and earth, does not dwell in dwellings made with hands, nor is he served with men's hands, as if needing any, himself giving to all life and breath and all else. And he has made from one blood every nation of men to dwell on all the face of the earth, having ordained beforehand the times and the boundaries of their dwelling, to seek the Master, if at least they would reach out for him and find him, though he is not far from each one of us. For in him we live and move and are, as also some of your own poets have said, for we are also his offspring. Now then, since we are the offspring of Elohim, we should not think that the Elohim is like gold or silver or stone, an image made by the skill and thought of man. Truly then, having overlooked these times of ignorance, Elohim now commands all men everywhere to repent, because he has sent a day on which he is going to judge the world in righteousness, by a man whom he has appointed, having given proof to this to all by raising him from the dead. And hearing of the resurrection of the dead, some indeed mocked, while others said, "We shall hear you again concerning this." And so Shaul went out from among them. But some men joined him and believed, among the Dionysius and Areopagite, and a woman named Damaris, and others with them.